feel like Bob Barker. The the Lego situation, um, and how it just keeps spiraling is super interesting to me. For one, they're lucky, like the police and like all the corporate people, the police and whatnot. To me, the villains in this, they're lucky that this dude, uh, the people they're dealing with, Reckless Ben and the actual owner of the Legos, they're lucky they're not street people, like checkered past kind of street people. Because there's a few things I've already seen where it's like I'd be calling them out, and it's the reason I want to piggyback on that because like I got stopped back in April. It was like April 28th. Something went on with our work and we didn't work that day, so I had the evening off. Me and my roommate were like, let's go hit the taco truck and whatnot. And while we're waiting for our food at the taco truck, I need to pee because I live on energy drinks. And first I tried to go to Goodwill. They had some kind of like movie night thing going on. No problem, man. There's a, I want to call it farm and family, but I think that's wrong. It's like family farm and home or something like that. But it's like a generic tractor supply kind of thing. That's in the same little plaza where the taco truck sets up Goodwill and everything's at. And there used to be a Farmer Jack or a Food Line, one of the two, a grocery store right there that here in Monroe was well known for being the last place that sold needles. So that whole little area is kind of sketchy, kind of known, between the Goodwill and the needle spot. It's kind of known. I wasn't even thinking about that, dude. Like, I've been behaving myself for a decade. Like, I don't think about things like that anymore. I went in Farm and Family because I've been wanting to buy a bullwhip. And I didn't want to order it online. And Tractor Supply said they didn't have it in store pickup. But I was like, I'm right here. Let me walk in. You never know. Went in and immediately he was like apologetic about like you probably don't have what I'm gonna ask you for. It's weird, but do you guys by any chance have bullwhips? The girl behind the counter was like, we've got horse whips. We might. Here, I'll show you. They go to take me, and it ends up with two girls taking me to show me horse whips, which straight up you could do some like it's like a freaking 6 foot fly swatter handle, just a coat hanger wrapped up tightly. Y'all, horse people, we need to have a talk. Uh, you equestrians. But no, they didn't have the bullwhip. I was like, no, that's not what I'm needing. Asked if I could use the bathroom. Since I was like, since I didn't buy anything, do you guys even have a bathroom here? If so, can I use it? And they're like, yeah, it's in the corner. I've never been in this place, so like as I'm walking to try to find the bathroom, I'm looking around and stuff. But I was wearing a hoodie. I had my hands in my pockets. I keep my hands in my pockets. It's an autistic thing. Da da da. Use the bathroom. Go to walk out, and another worker. I thought it was one of the initial two. Asks, "Can I help you with anything?" And literally, it's like I've already been helped. No, you can't. I think I said nope, but I just kept going. On my way out, I saw some boots I liked. I literally stopped to look at the boots. Uh, it occurs to me I'm never going to be able to do this here. I will always have to go somewhere else because of that. Uh, yeah, I'll have to learn to edit because. But I stopped and looked at boots and was like, oh, I might come back when I'm trying to spend some money and whatnot. Like, technically, probably was a bit conspicuous, but like the thing right as I was leaving, looking at the boots, like I made that very like I had my hands in my pockets still, but I made it very obvious. Like if if anybody wanted to say anything or anything, they could have. Walked out, saw that Mike was going back to the car with our food. We're get in the car, leave. We make it over across town and get pulled over. We weren't even like we didn't even think we were getting pulled over because the way it went, we were like sitting at a light. They pulled up behind us with their lights on. When the light changed, we went to go ahead and was like, "Are we being pulled over?" Okay, so we went ahead and stopped. They walked up immediately aggressive. We're gonna need your keys. Mike's like, "What? For what?" And I asked the questions. I'm gonna give me because I told you. Give me your keys. Take the keys. Okay. Uh, they come around to my side and immediately start putting their hands on me and shit. And I asked, I was like, dude, why are you putting your hands on me? Oh, you're being detained. Well, that's not how you do that. You tell me first before you put your hands on me. That could have went really badly. And that's what I'm getting back around to is like the way the police are handling this. Do they not realize they're just really showing everybody out there's got some kind of relative like me that was like a low grade screw up that was having run-ins with the cops and this and that and be like, dude, you don't understand. Like, I really, like, yeah, I know what I look like, but I wasn't doing nothing. I said that when they were harassing me. Fun fact, I ended up, by the end of it, because of course they didn't find anything I hadn't shoplifted. I told them that as soon as when they said I was being detained, I said, for what? And they're like, here they call it retail fraud. And I laughed and was like, oh, you're effing up. Flat said, I was like, dude, you ever have anybody be this cocky when they did something wrong? And even that, the cop was just like, you mean have I ever had anybody lie to me? That is how they treat citizens. Because I work 40 hours a week and pay taxes. I go on foot to pay my child support because they can't get my garnishment set up. It feels like they're trying to mishandle it so they can put a warrant on me. So I go in person and carry the receipts in my wallet because I don't trust them. When they, for 8 months, couldn't get my garnishment set up, and I'd been paying, I stopped paying because it confused them. They're like, oh, well, did you lose your job? What are you talking about? Well, we see you came in and made a cash payment. We told you we're going to set up the garnishment. You don't have to pay anymore. Yeah, I didn't know if you got money out of this check. It didn't seem like you did. So I came and paid. But they literally told me to stop because they were going to get the garnishment set up. 8 months went by. I could have had a warrant. I went up there, flipped out on them. When I was flipping out on them, I said, I don't know who dropped the ball. They said, well, we literally, the receptionist that I wasn't even talking to, there's two. The one I'm talking to, I was like, look, somebody, y'all dropped the ball. The other one literally goes, it's your child support. We can't drop the ball. I flipped. I was like, I go to work. Y'all are supposed to garnish me. I, I don't know who dropped the ball, but it wasn't me. I go to work. The fact that they're that quick to just talk to people like that, as though they can do no wrong, this is showing it. I guarantee you there's a lot of people out there that have family members that have told them they've had interactions like this, where it's like, no, the cops just stonewalled me. I don't know what that was about. Like, and it sounds, you're raised up to not believe that, especially when you know your family member's a bit of a screw up. Da da da. Stuff like this is showing, like, dude, the corruption is rampant, and they usually can get away with it because 9 times out of 10 it's going to be because even that when I got stopped in April, by the end of it, even though they found no reason, the store had them trespass me. The cops were kind of laughing. They're like, "Yeah, you're not allowed to." And I was like, "Dude, they didn't even have what I wanted." But what that is that store wielding the police. Because what if I wanted to go up there and say something about, hey, yo, y'all sent cops after me for no reason. What was that about? Now I can't. They weaponized law enforcement in their favor. And the cops apparently didn't see it that way. They were mad at me because even my roommate was like, dude, if they had been in Detroit, they'd have dragged us both out, beat us up, and impounded my car because I was singing Woody Guthrie at them, calling them fascists and whatnot. They're lucky they didn't keep me any longer because they were young, like early 20s probably. Uh, if they kept me any longer, I'd have straight asked them, like, couple strapping young lads like yourselves, why ain't you in basic right now? ain't got the spine for it. Like everything I've been saying for a minute, everything going on, me as outspoken as I am, this ends badly for me. But you know what? My mom, not my dad, my mom taught me that a man dies once, and a coward will die 1,000 times a day, every day, because they're punks. But yeah, I hate it for the Lego people, but like I'm glad there's yet another situation that's just showing like who watches The Watchmen. Like we need some Rorschach energy out here. The end is nigher than you think.